The offensive line class in the 2024 NFL Draft is absolutely elite. There are multiple very good tackles who very likely could be day one starters in the NFL, but there also are a number of offensive guards and even centers in this draft who have some very high upside. There maybe aren't any first round guys at the guard or center position, but there are a number of guys who could be instant impact players at the next level. One of those guys who is a very hot name in this class is UConn interior offensive lineman Christianhaynes, a guy who, even though he doesn't play for a Power 5 school, has some immense upside and great athleticism to be an absolute stud at the NFL level. But hey guys, if you guys are new to this channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. You guys have absolutely been in love with these prospect spotlight videos, and we are upping these to 3 a week from here on out. So ring that notification bell and let's go ahead and get into it. For the Huskies in 2022, Haynes had a very solid year. Playing in 13 games, he took 807 snaps with 348 pass block snaps. He allowed 1 hit, 2 hurries, and 0 sacks on the year while playing at the right guard position. In 2023, Haynes has been great yet again. In 802 snaps with 437 pass block snaps, Haynes has allowed 6 hurries, 0 hits, and only 1 sack on the season. PFF grades him at an 84.8 over his collegiate career, and despite being from a typical basketball school, Haynes is proving great football players can come from UConn. Christianhaynes is 6'3", 305 pounds, and has really solid size for the guard position. He has the ideal size and weight combination for a guard, and he fits the size profile that you look for. He has excellent natural strength and has a very strong upper and lower body. As a pass blocker, we saw the stats. Haynes is very good. He does a very good job with his hand placement and does a great job at holding his blocks. Not committing holding penalties, but he's able to keep his man in front of him. He holds his blocks very well, without tugging, and he does a great job at moving his feet and sticking with his man. He has great recovery speed as well, which are all very good things to see from a guard. Haynes is an excellent mover for his size. He has very solid athleticism, and it shows in the run game. He does a great job of moving to the second level and landing blocks. He has great footwork, as I mentioned, and he's very quick, which are all things that you love to see from a guard. In the run game, he does a really solid job as well, in large part due to his athleticism. He does a very good job at getting to the second level and opening up run lanes for his guys, and is very solid to see. I think due to his athleticism, he may be an even better run blocker than a pass blocker because of his ability to move to the second level, which is going to be a very valuable trait for NFL teams. Haynes, like every prospect, has his fair share of weaknesses. The biggest issue with him to me is his timing. He will occasionally miss his assignments in the second level, or he will time his blocks just a split second late. This is an area that does show up from time to time on tape, and something I would like to see improve with him. The other issue I noticed with Haynes is that despite his quickness and athleticism, he does seem to struggle against quicker defensive tackles. He just wasn't able to recover quickly enough against some faster players, so I think this is an area that I am looking to see improve with him. He also hasn't gone up against the greatest competition at UConn, not playing very many Power 5 schools, so I'd like to see him what he looks like against better competition. Haynes is a very interesting prospect, and a guy coming into the year that I didn't really buy the hype. I wasn't as high on him as a lot of people. I thought a lot of people were just overhyping him. But over the last few months, I have really grown to appreciate his game and what he can do for an offensive line, and he has jumped up to my number 4 guard in the 2024 NFL Draft. He is currently sitting at my number 56 player on my big board. Haynes is a very scheme versatile guard. I think a heavy run scheme with Haynes would be great for him, because he would be able to utilize his athleticism, move to the next level, and help clear out run lanes for running backs. He is an elite pass blocker too, as we mentioned, but I think his ability in the run game is next level and textbook. So I would love to see him in a scheme that runs the ball heavily so he can show us what he can do. My player comparison for Christian Haynes is Cleveland Browns guard Wyatt Teller. They are both excellent run blockers as well as pass blockers, and they both have elite athleticism at the guard position. They have very similar size as well. Wyatt Teller has been one of the best guards in the NFL over the last 3 or so years, and a big part of why that Browns offensive line has been so dominant. Christian Haynes has an extremely high ceiling, and I think a game like his represents what Wyatt Teller does for that Cleveland Browns team, so my player comp for him is Wyatt Teller. Christian Haynes is a very interesting prospect. He has great athleticism for the guard position, and he's technically very sound. You're really looking for issues there with his game, and if he can improve against quicker defenders, I think he could be an elite player at the NFL level. He's got a ton of upside, and ultimately, I think teams are going to buy the hype, and I think Christian Haynes will be a second-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.